Hello, lovely viewers. It's me, Lady Bonsu, and today I want us to talk about something most women will not be happy about. I want us to talk about a word most men don't want to hear, and that word is feminism. Um, Somewhere in the 90s, when I was born, we used to hear lots of women complaining about how bad their husbands are treating them all over the radio stations and the televisions. You hear them criticizing men, some insulting men, some calling men names. And the more they call these men names, the more they insulted these men, the worse the situation became. People hide behind feminism to spew all manner of words against men. But let me ask you, is that what feminism is all about? To criticize men? I thought feminism was to empower women. Look, the people that came with this whole idea of empowering women did so because they wanted to instill a sense of responsibility in the average woman. That the fact that a woman gets married means she can't do anything for herself. It's her husband that determines what they will eat. It's the man that determines everything in the house, that the woman had no voice. This is what they wanted to speak against. They wanted the average woman to know that, look, anything can happen. You can lose your husband, he can get sick, he can lose his job. What will you do as a woman if you get a phone call today that your husband is dead? Will you be able to take care of the children? Will you be able to man up and take responsibility? What will you do when your husband came home and said, I lost my job? Are you going to starve with the children? No. These women came together to say, hey, let's educate our young girls. Let's educate our wives, our sisters, for them to know that they are made for more, that their role as a woman does not end in the kitchen, and that they just don't have to give birth and cook and clean. There's a lot more the average woman can do. There's a lot more to being a woman other than just going to the labor room, other than just cooking and cleaning. They came about saying things like, what a man can do, a woman can do it and even do it better. That is not to say when a man kills, a woman should go and kill. That's not what they meant. They meant to say, if a man can take money and go buy a car, a woman can do the same. If a man can badge all those degrees, a woman can do the same. If a man can wake up in the morning and say, I want to go buy this food and eat, a woman can also wake up in the morning, take money from her purse, and also buy something to eat. That you don't have to overly depend on a man for a living. And then he dies, and you start playing the victim. You start seeking for pity. My husband is dead. I don't know what to do. They wanted to avoid that. There are so many children who could have become better, but because their moms were not working and their dads passed away, life became so hard for them. If a working woman loses the husband, yes, it may affect her, definitely, but not to the extent that the children cannot go to school anymore. I have friends who were raised by their moms. Their dads were sick. I had a friend whose dad had stroke for so many years. It was the mom that paid the school fees. It was the mom that fed him. There's so many women doing well out there. Don't join people to sing the song of all men are the same. Be empowered as a woman. Take responsibility for yourself and take responsibility for the decisions that you make. Let me tell you this. If women were empowered enough, abuse in marriage will reduce drastically. That a woman will go into marriage not because she has no place to stay, That a woman will go into marriage not because she has no food to eat, but she will go into marriage because she has a purpose, she's fulfilled, and she knows that she can come together with someone, she can team up together with someone to build something more meaningful. When a woman goes into marriage with this idea, when things go sour, when the man tends to become abusive, because she made a decision to get married, she cannot make that decision. Because she knows that before I got married, I was renting my own room. If things have changed and the man has changed and suddenly he's beating me, I can separate from him for a while. That I don't have to go and beg people for a place to sleep. That I don't have to sit on the street with my children. I can also do something for myself. And I know most women don't like to hear this. I'm sure they will say, you are also a woman. Why are you defending men? I'm not defending men. But if all you are was given to you by a man, then what happens when the man passes away? You will go look for another man to fulfill that responsibility? What will you do? Women, let's take responsibility for ourselves. Let's understand that when we make a decision, we are responsible for the consequences of our decision. So many times, women don't like to make decisions because we don't want to be responsible for the outcome of it. So we are in a very bizarre situation, but we expect the pastor to tell us, leave your home. We expect the pastor to tell us, this boyfriend of yours will not help you, leave him. So that when things does not go well, we can always point finger to the person who advised us that he or she told me to leave my husband. He or she told me to leave my boyfriend. That is not women empowerment. The next time you hear of feminism, don't think about insulting men. Think about how empowered you are to take responsibility for your own self.